So the Apple Watch 7 is now about a year old, and right here we have the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5. But is new always better? That's what we're trying to figure out today. So today we'll be looking at the battery life, what features do we get, watch faces, the health stats, the built-in GPS and the accuracy of it, and a lot more. But first, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel right quick for more daily content. Alright, first up, let's take a look at what features do we get with these two smartwatches. And first up, let's take a look at what do they have in common. The Apple Watch 7 and the Galaxy Watch 5 will provide you with offline music, whether it's through the Apple Music Store, Spotify, or YouTube Music. You can control your smartphone's camera with your smartwatch and take videos or photos with and without a timer. But the Apple Watch 7 does provide more features that you can play around with directly on the watch, such as switching from the front to the back camera, turning on or off the flash. You can choose between live photos and normal ones, and you can turn on and off the HDR. If you want to do anything on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5, you first have to do it in the settings of your smartphones, and then you can use it, except off the timer. Now, as you may know, we do have a built-in mic in the speaker, so we can decline and answer incoming calls. We can either punch in numbers right in the dial pad, or we can look up numbers in the contacts book. And anyone on the other side of the call will understand you pretty clearly, as if you're talking on the phone. Also, we get Siri and the Google Voice Assistant. And in my opinion, there isn't really a big difference. You can activate them by either finding the app, or you can just say hi Siri or hi Google. And then you can start asking them like the weather, set timers, and send messages to friends. And as for the last thing that they have in common is the notifications and the reply options. You can either reply with emojis, use one of the preset answers, or you can write your own text. Now on the Apple Watch 7 you can also let the watch dictate what you are saying, whereas on the Galaxy Watch 5 this one is capable to send direct voice messages. So it's kind of up to you what you prefer. But the thing about the voice message on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 is that it's right now only working for SMS and not for WhatsApp. But maybe they're going to upgrade that in the future. Okay, now up to some things that you're only going to find on the Apple Watch 7. And the first thing is that you can actually change the app layout. You can either have this grid list layout and you can zoom in and out with the rotatable crown, or you can change it up to a list layout. You also have two buttons, of which the upper one takes you to the app menu or straight to Siri, and the lower one will open up your recently opened applications. Next up we get a small but cool feature, which is the environmental sound. This one uses your microphone to measure environmental sound levels throughout the day to save your ear from damage. On the Apple Watch 7 you can also turn on the focus mode or the D&D mode, and your connected smartphone will do the same, so you don't have to do it twice. On the Galaxy Watch 5 we have similar features. Right here you can also turn on the D&D mode or the bedtime mode, and your smartphone will do the same. Now the Galaxy Watch 5 is a little different overall. First up, the two physical buttons on the side are customizable. Right now the upper one opens up my timer, and by long pressing it, it opens up the Google or the Bixby voice assistant. By long pressing the lower one, it opens up my Samsung Pay. But you can change those things up anytime you want to. You may also can change the app layout like on the Apple Watch, but you can actually reorder the apps by long pressing on them and dragging them to a new place. Something else that you cannot do on the Apple Watch 7, and that is customizing your workout displays. By clicking on your workout screen, then on data screen, and right here you can change between 4 layouts, either with 2 metrics and your heart rate, or with 3, 4, or 6. And you can change each of these metrics. So instead of looking at your distance, you can change it to the time, burn calories, or the duration. Also, navigating through this watch feels totally different. You can either swipe left and right, up and down, like you can do with every smartwatch, but you can also use the haptic bezel to scroll through your messages, through your apps, and through your notifications. And as well as the watch faces. So we all know that we have watch faces which are even customizable on both of these watches. But the watch face that you get are totally different on both of them. Like you have live wallpapers on the Galaxy Watch, and you have the My Style watch face, which is adding a few photos to a rotation that you can look through. But on both of them, you can choose different metrics that will be displayed on your watch, like your battery life, heart rate, time and date, Google Voice Assistant, plus you can even use those as shortcuts to the actual app. One of the main themes on smartwatches is the health and the activity tracking. And of course, you're going to find a 24/7 heart rate tracker, a sleep tracker, and an ECG function on both of these watches. But in addition, the Galaxy Watch 5 also has a 24/7 stress tracker. It will soon get a skin temperature feature. You have the body composition, which you will only find on the Watch 4 and 5, which will give you some information like the BMR, BMI, fat mass, body fat, and stuff like that. And we have an SpO2 tracker that either tracks on demand or during the night. On the Apple Watch 7, you will also get an SpO2 tracker, but this one tracks the whole day. So those are the health features. And of course, you have a built-in GPS, and the accuracy of both of them are quite different. So first up, the Apple Watch 7. Outside of the city, this one works very good. It is pretty much spot on all of the straight lines and only cuts corners a little bit short. But inside of the city, this one is pretty shaky. Sometimes I'm riding inside some houses and it's bouncing from street side to street side. But overall, not that bad. Now, as for the Galaxy Watch 5, you'll pretty much have the same results in the park. But right here, I would give the Apple Watch a slight advantage. And in the city, it is a bigger difference. Even though the Galaxy Watch 5 takes turns sometimes way too early, it is overall better. The GPS lines aren't that shaky and I'm not bouncing around as much. Alright, the battery life on both of these watches is pretty much the same. So the Galaxy Watch 5 lasts for about 24 hours and the Apple Watch 7 lasts for about 30 hours. But the difference is not that big. So I did have the always in display mode turned on both of these watches. I had the auto brightness settings turned on. I did quite a few notifications and I did a workout for about 1 hour, of which 20 minutes were GPS tracked. And the only thing right here is the charging speed. Now the Galaxy Watch 5 goes from 0 to 45% in 30 minutes and from 0 to 100 in about 90 minutes. Whereas the Apple Watch takes about 90 minutes to go from 0 to 80% and it takes another hour to get the rest of the last 20%. Okay, let's talk about the specs. Now, as you may know, the Apple Watch 7 is only compatible with Android devices, whereas the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 is only available for Android devices. So, I know there are rumors out there that says that the Galaxy Watch 5 is supposed to be compatible with iOS devices, but it's not. Now, I can leave in the description down below a link to the official webpage where it says it is not, and you see a whole list of all devices from Samsung that is actually available for iOS smartphones. And now that we got that out of the way, the 41mm Apple Watch and the 40mm Galaxy Watch are pretty much similar. Both have a built-in GPS, mic and speaker, they are water resistant up to 5 ATM and both come in at around 30 grams. Now the Apple Watch 7 has a 1.69-inch glass front with a ceramic sapphire back, and you have an aluminum frame, whereas the Galaxy Watch 5 has a sapphire crystal glass. So this one is a lot more durable. On the Apple Watch 7, we also get more internal storage with up to 32 gigs, whereas the Galaxy Watch 5 only has 16, but therefore the Galaxy Watch 5 has 1.5 gigs of RAM, whereas the Apple Watch 7 only has 1 gig. Alright, up to the price. And right here we have one of the bigger differences. Now the Apple Watch 7 will cost you right around $400 over here in Germany, even though this one is already 1 year old and I could not really find any big deals. And the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 will cost you only $300 and this one is brand new. So the clear winner right here is the Apple Watch 7. By the way, I have some cool tips and tricks for all of these watches for you guys. Just click one of these videos to get right to them. And guys, that's already it for today. I hope you liked the video and I will see you in the next one. Peace.